And we are live. And welcome to session 3, I believe, of the Rebirth campaign. And let's get right into it. So who wants to give us a recap on last week?
I mean, I can do it, but I did it last week, so if anyone else wants the extra XP, go for it.
We checked out 2 more suspects, which were the Annabella alchemist person.
Mm-hmm.
She seemed not on the level, but not, she didn't seem to be on the level, and although she seemed, like, upstanding in her conversation we had about the things we suspect there may be some arcane interference going on. We also, I probably started the wrong point there. We're currently seeking a crest that was stolen from not Dotan, Ogden. And yeah, Annabella was one of the suspects that he thought of. So we checked her out, and there's something shady going on, which is linked to our other main suspect at the moment, which is Castile's Care, which is a house of ill repute.
Very good.
We also checked out the Temple of Bahamut, because the crest is a dragon egg. They may have interest in that. And they seem to be on the level, even though I tried to, like, prank call someone's office with an unseen servant. Play knock door run with it. Unseen servant, knock door run.
If you don't mind me interjecting, I just want to say that both the alchemist and priestess both have motives. The alchemist could use the eggs to help her with her artificing, and of course it's a dragon egg, which we found out the priestess and most of the followers of Bahamut were dragonborn. No surprise there, I guess.
Yeah. We also met Nunk.
Hi, I'm Nunk.
He fixed wheels.
So you guys, you sort of wake up in the morning. Beldar, when you wake up, you have an astonishing headache. Like this, you just can't think straight. And after about an hour of this intense pain, you realise that you've been under a spell of Castell's, and you remember that last night she told you to get out because she was bored of you.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm gonna sort of slowly walk down to the main area and order breakfast. And try and clear my head so I can think straight.
And you see that small little ginger man come up to you and he goes, "Oh, hello there! Do you have a good time last night?"
Well, I must have done, but can you try and tone it down a bit, please?
There's also some background noise in someone's mic.
Yeah, no, that's
That
Beldar's.
would be me, sorry.
And he's, "Oh, don't worry. I'll fix you right up, I will." And he disappears for about 10-20 minutes. Comes back with a nice little tiny cooked egg, and gives you a glug of ale as well.
I don't think ale is the...
Well, mead.
situation right now.
And he says, "Oh, it'll fix you up good and proper, laddie."
In the position I am, I don't want ale, please.
"Oh, get it down here. It's on the house."
Okay, I reluctantly drink it.
And you start to feel a little bit better.
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The breakfast.
Once you finished up, you see Nank, this giant orc walking down towards you, down the stairs, and you don't actually recognise him.
Am I walking down alone?
Yeah.
Do I see the people I traveled with?
Nope, they seem to still be asleep.
Well, I see the dragonborn I saw the previous day.
Yes.
Alright, I sort of cock my head and look at him. Then I continue down the steps and walk over to him.
Hello.
I hope you're feeling better.
I'm feeling okay. I'm Belda.
I am Nonk.
Hello, Nunk. Nice to meet you.
I saw you yesterday. You were very sick.
Well, I think I was under a spell. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Well, my eyes widen, as if it's a horrible calamity.
I don't mean to offend. I can't really remember most of yesterday.
The people I travel with know more about spells. I must ask them about this.
And as you say that, you see Gemma coming down the stairs.
Am I fully recovered from almost killing myself last night?
You're feeling a lot better, yeah.
Okay, great.
Arcane Backlash, FYI.
Okay, so Gemma is coming down, kind of probably holding her head a little bit because she knocked herself out, and kind of nods to Brown Tear for breakfast.
And Brown Tears sort of leaps up with joy and he says, "What can I get you, my lady? You got a fresh batch of eggs delivered just this morning."
What was it that we had yesterday?
The steak.
Or steak.
Yeah, I'll have one of those.
Okay. Egg on steak coming right up.
Oh,
And
I would like one as well.
okay. Two egg on steak. And he goes away for about a half hour or so.
I call Gemma over.
Oh, my head. Yes, no.
Gemma, this is Beldar. He was ensorcered.
Yes, I know, Beldar. We met before you came to town.
Oh,
What do you mean?
this is the one that you had traveled with?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know.
What do you mean that he was under a spell?
Yes, I think I may have been enchanted.
Was this from Castell?
I think so, from what I remember, yeah.
Estella and I noticed something strange happened to you there. It seems everything strange in this town connects back to Castell.
I don't really want to go talk to her again out of fear of being enchanted again. But I believe she might have something to do with it.
I agree. Where's Estella?
Where am I?
You're still in bed.
I didn't really drink yesterday, which is... Didn't have time to.
But when Brown Tear brings out the eggs on steak, Estella comes down and all she can smell is steak and egg.
Yeah. Okay.
And Brown Tear is the first to see you coming down the stairs and she says, "Oh, hello, milady."
Shh. I just like past him.
Can I get you anything to drink?
Yeah, just whatever those guys are having.
Okay, 4 mead coming up.
Okay.
And,
Estella, Beldar thinks that he was under a spell from Castell.
Yeah. Castell spell. Yeah. So. Yes, we suspected something might be amiss, and unfortunately we couldn't really pinpoint anything about it. Is there anything particular any particular information you got now?
Not really. I can't really remember most of yesterday. I just remember being told to go because they were getting bored.
Do you still have your money?
Yes, I check my pouch, and it's still there.
Okay.
Don't know how.
Yeah.
So you spoke to her about the missing egg, is that right?
Well, that's what the intentions were the first time I went, but that's when she enchanted me and told me that we didn't need to go see certain people.
Okay. We all agreed that Castell's care is probably the best lead we have.
It's the best lead, but I don't want to go back.
Understandable. Yeah. Should we approach this with maybe a bit more subterfuge?
And Brown Tip brings over your drinks, and he says, "By the way, late last night after you all went to bed, Lady Austin was looking for you."
Who's that again?
She has the antique shop, right?
Ah, cool. What did
Okay.
she say?
She just said she was looking for you. Said she had something that might be of interest.
Cool, I guess we go see Austin.
Yeah.
Do we have any other plans of action we would want to discuss before we head off?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I have nothing to say.
I think that Castella is very suspicious.
Yes. Yes, we all agree.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I
There.
think that she is the one that has the egg now.
Yeah.
Personally,
They'll want it.
We should find out everything we can about her before we go back. If
It's a
Yes.
source. I think it's a source of arcane power that she wants.
but also,
If she's like
might not-
ensorceling her clients, then you want a reliable power source. We saw the kind of backlashes we can get if we perform magic. So maybe she wants a more reliable source without any of that. That's what I think.
Oh, let's go talk to the
Austin.
Austin first.
Do you think Eldrick may be interested in this if there's some kind of arcane shenanigans going on under his nose?
I do not like him.
Fair.
But if magic's not allowed and she's doing it under the radar, maybe if we go tell them, might be able to sort it out.
Yes. On the other hand, it looks like she may be already kind of ingratiated into like the local authority of politics, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, didn't we hear that like everyone knows that they're super sketchy and just doesn't care?
Yeah, she might like be bribing people. We don't know who we can trust. It's an option, but it's risky. Do you want to do this above board or below board? Going forwards.
I do not wish to accuse anyone of anything until I have proof.
Yes. We
Agreed.
investigate Castells, we gather evidence, we keep Beldar safe, although she said she's no longer interested in yourself. At the same time, it looks suspicious if you go back.
That's the implication I got.
Yeah. You okay, by the way?
Yeah, I just woke up with the biggest headache. And for some reason, a mug of ale and eggs helped.
Good to know.
I will hold up a fork with a bloody piece of horse steak. Try horse steak too.
I'm okay, thank you.
It's actually pretty good.
Yes,
I was
but
skeptical at first as well.
I've already eaten my fill.
Yeah.
I'm nodding while chewing on a big hunk of the horse steak.
Thank you for the offer, though. I appreciate it.
Mmm.
If we're going to infiltrate Castells again, I don't want anything bad to happen to any of you guys. I'll volunteer, but I'm probably not above the influence, so to speak. I mean, I'm on good terms with my god, but there's like limits to his power. And I think it's cool. It's like asking a bit much.
What were you going to do?
What we tried to do with Beldar, but Beldar was ensorcelled. Is ensorcelled even a word, or did I just pick that up off Nunk?
Probably picked it up off of no.
That's the word now.
It's a word.
Weren't we originally going to Castells to talk to Annabellis?
Yes. And we found out it wasn't Annabellis, and we had no idea where the crest was. We just know she's now up to some really sketchy sorcery stuff.
I think you see like a light bulb go off in like above Gemma's head, because like between Beldar last night and then her almost killing herself, I think she kind of like forgot about the tree leaves that Annabelle's had, and now that they're talking about her, it like comes rushing back, and she's just like, Annabellis, the leaves, this is not good. Brown tear.
Yes.
Have you seen a man in town a couple of days before I arrived? Big, short head, maybe wearing animal skin similar to mine, wolf or possibly bear?
Oh yes. Now that you mention it, he
As soon as he said that, Gemma stands up so fast, her chair like goes like flying, and she like advances on him, not like threateningly, but like desperately needs this information. Like, what exactly did he look like? Did he give you a name? Did he tell you where he was going when he was leaving?
I tend not to ask names. And he keeps polishing his mugs.
What exactly did he look like?
Well, the description you gave was pretty accurate. He was in a wolf skin. He was a little bit taller than you. And suddenly a lot stronger than you. And he sort of starts squeezing your biceps.
She would probably just like sit down on the ground and put her back against the bar and like her head in her hand, just be like, this is not good, this is not good.
Now what's the problem?
You do not understand.
Well, why not tell me and maybe I will understand.
Because you're an idiot.
Whoa!
Yeah, she's not going to tell Brown Tear. If someone from the group goes and talks to her, maybe she'll talk about it. But.
I mean, you don't strike me as like someone who like wrestles with problems of philosophy or ethics.
Hey, now. I'm the master of the house.
Sure. Out of character question, are wild magic surges like weather? Are there like bad patches and good patches, or is it like always a baseline low chance of it happening?
It's very much area dependent, which is why there are areas where magic seems to work very, very well, and other areas where it seems to just almost every time go bang.
Okay, so it's like a sort of localized effect.
Yeah.
Are there ways to mitigate it, or that Castell might have in place?
Maybe there are.
I'll ask that question in character. Do you think Castell maybe has a way to mitigate the wild magic effects? If she's doing it so often.
If she has, she hasn't told anyone else. Can you imagine what would happen if that got out?
It's... all these powers, and she's just wasting it on like a brothel. Villains are weird.
Okay, I think we're sort of wasting time. Well, wasting time here. I thought we were going to go to the antiques.
Yeah. I was just thinking of our plan of attack in advance,
Fair
so we don't have to like discuss stuff in the middle of the street where anyone can listen. I even like look. I kind of just look over to Brown Tier a little bit. I'm just like, I'm not even sure if it's like that great an idea here. But Brown Tier seems, for all intents and purposes, a very straightforward person. I don't know, maybe he's secretly a mastermind.
Maybe he took the egg.
Brown Tier, no.
Does Nank say that in character?
Oh, it wasn't me. Someone else said it.
Oh.
No, I don't.
Right, let's keep it in character,
Yeah.
guys.
Brown Tier, you're secretly some kind of mastermind.
Oh no, I'm just a humble man who runs a local inn who likes stories and adventures.
Yeah. Like, cause like, this is the time to say if you're like secretly a mastermind.
Alright. Yeah,
Been a bit forward there.
She's made me suspicious now. I'm like sort of squinting my eyes at him. Can I make an insight roll?
Yeah, sure.
This is like half joking in character, by the way.
You suddenly think that Brown Tier is super suspicious.
Alright, now I'm like keeping one eye on him while I'm chewing on my steak.
In character, I was joking, but I like this now. Yeah, so
Alright, one other thing that Nank was, is he stops chewing and then thinks for a second and says, well, a bordello could be a front. Yes, it is not really a bordello.
yeah.
Oh, and somebody wants to see us at the antique dealer.
Yes. Do we just want to go see Austin now? Or is there anything else we want to discuss? Oh, by the way, I'm Beldar.
Yes.
Found out that Dragonborn aren't strictly have you got like a disguise or anything?
No, but I've been walking around the city fine, and so I'm pretty sure I'll be all right.
Are you sure you haven't just got lucky?
Well, I walked through the gates in front of the two guards. I'm guessing.
Alright, now Nank looks pissed now.
No, not like
They only
straight-
stop orcs, I see.
No, no, Nunk. I don't mean like that. I don't mean straight through. I mean I walked through the front gates. Don't worry, they asked me questions as
did
well.
you phase through them with your like magic powers?
No.
Mages are weird.
So yeah.
Alright, well, I finished my meal. You know, I pick up a corner of my shirt and dab my sides of my cheeks, and I start walking to the door, and I look back to see if anyone's following me.
I like
I'll
resist
follow.
the urge to prestidigitize the stuff off him and like think again of it because
Fiona kind of looks up and like, huh? Oh, yeah, we're leaving. Like she wasn't paying attention at all for like the last conversation. And then as she like gets up to follow, she asks Brown Tier, is there a way to get a message to a town in the north? I need to send a letter.
He goes, what kind of message you looking to send?
Just a letter.
And he goes, okay. Well, you could try the eaglery.
Where is the eaglery?
I now need to choose a building. See, I knew this would happen.
It's on top of the pub. That'd be amazing.
That one. That could be it.
Could be the embassy. That'd be a good place to send mail from.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
There's
you got
plenty, there's
no,
plenty of buildings around it.
then you got nowhere to put the eagles.
On top of the embassy.
Whoops. That's still too big. Still too big. There we go. That'll do. And I hit the wrong button. Bosh.
Could have
No,
it
what?
by the market.
It's alright. I've chosen a building.
Okay.
It's near the top of the map.
Okay.
So just for your, he gives you directions to there.
Okay, cool. I would like to stop by there at some point today.
Okay, that's fine. But I think for now we need to go to the antique shop.
Yeah.
That is fine.
Yeah, it's like nice to do. I don't know how important it is to you, but we kind of already have a mission. We'll do it as soon as we get time, though.
I understand.
So,
Are you gonna ask Gemma? I asked this to you before, Gemma. Are we even getting paid for this?
She kind of pauses. I don't know. But it should bring us honor.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to Austine's Antiques. While we're there, we can think of our approach. She might have more information that would affect.
Estella seems really chuffed about honor.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys head down to Tunneler's Antiques. Takes you a little while to get there.
I'm looking and seeing if people are staring at Beldar.
Yeah, people are taking notice for sure, but because he's accompanied, they're not too worried.
If anyone asks, you're my familiar or something. Actually, I don't know. Actually, bad plan. I don't even know how they But that would be worse. It's a costume. No. Can we workshop this? He's.
You sort of give him your cape and just drape it over him.
Yeah. I just thunk it on top of his head. I have to jump up a little bit.
So you guys arrive and you see Lady Austine sort of tidying up broken bits of glass, and there's chipped wood everywhere. The shop has been completely destroyed, the front of the shop.
Oh shit. I say that in character.
Hello, my lovelies.
What happened?
What?
Well, I came back last night, and my shop has been trashed. But weirdly enough,
Yeah.
there's only a couple of things taken. Nothing of great value, anyway.
Oh. Do you know what was
Okay.
taken?
Oh yes, I keep a very good inventory. Were a couple of stone tablets with ancient scriptures on them.
Did you recognize the text?
No, it's a language that is long dead.
Ah.
Can I show her my book and ask if it looked a bit like that?
She sort of leans in, she goes, well, a little bit, but not exactly the same.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
And she sort of ushers you down into her little museum. And again, this destruction is just a massive trail, like somebody's come through with, like a bull in a china shop. And you see this one stand, this one little glass cabinet, and it has these two empty stands on it.
Can I look around there
Yeah.
to see if
Make
they,
an investigation check.
Ooh, Ooh.
You find a couple of strands of silver hair.
Did someone we know, like Castell, have silver hair?
Make an intelligence check. Straight up intelligence. Yeah, you remember Ildrick has very silvery hair.
Which one's Eldrick again?
The High
He would be
Warlock.
the Warlock.
Okay, so I show the hairs to the
I should point out that Estella also has grey hair, but she's also got an alibi, I think.
Yeah, you were with us. Fine.
Yeah. I was...
So she shows these and says, the man in the very boring building had hair that looks similar to this.
Yeah. I just compare it with my own just in case, because...
Well, let's not go throwing any wild accusations around, but I didn't know who else to ask, and you seemed like a lovely bunch of people.
You have... You need to be a better judge of character. No offense.
Now,
I
I'm not entirely sure why.
It's a joke.
I'm not entirely sure why anybody would want to steal these from me, but I know someone who might be able to help track them down.
Okay, well, I have sort of an idea. I reckon it might be the same person that stole the egg, because it might have it looks like the stuff, and I sort of tell them the text apparently looks similar to my text, and this book, from what I can read, there's one page in it, and it's about the return of dragons. So if the crest and the text are connected, then they would need that text probably to find out what to do with the crest.
Austin, who do you know who would help us track it down?
Well, there's a mystic in Abelon, up north.
Gemma looks very uncomfortable when she mentions that town name.
You okay?
What's wrong, my dear?
I've had some previous experience in that town. Not sure if I can go back.
Did you kill anyone?
No.
Ah. Okay.
I look disappointed.
Because the mystic's name.
Casual.
The mystic's name is Aranaris. Now, I don't know if you may have heard of her, but she keeps to herself quite a lot. And
Have I heard of her?
She never really keeps the same shape.
Ah.
And roll me an intelligence check to see if you do know her from your history.
Nope.
You think that somebody may have mentioned the name at some point, but that's about it.
Okie dokie.
What was the town name and what was the person name again? Sorry.
So the person's name is Aranaris. In the I put it in the chat, and it's in Abelon.
Okay.
Which is, if I just quickly show you the world map. Hey. Abelon is just there.
Cool.
Now, between here and there is thickets and forests, and anyone who's travelled sort of up there in their history will know this.
Yep. Not an easy journey.
No.
So, yeah. We should probably... Dragon's back is bad, right?
That's very bad news.
Why would anybody want to bring those monstrous things back? They
I
repeatedly
don't
destroyed. They repeatedly destroyed towns and villages. And she sort of turns to Beldar and says, "No offense, my dear. I've got no problem with your kind."
None taken. I don't know. It's just about a possibility but I don't know anything else because obviously the rest of the text is in this ancient text. I've tried using what was it?
Comprehend languages.
I've tried using comprehend language on it, but it's not working. So I don't think it's an actual language. It's probably a code.
You do know that when a wizard writes in his book, he writes it in a language that only he can understand.
Yes.
And comprehend languages, well, that won't do anything for that.
No, I just thought I'd give it a try.
Keep hold of that book. Don't tell anybody else about it.
Okay.
So what's this book? Have you told me about it?
Yeah, I definitely don't know. So Gemma looks interested.
So Belda, what's this book about?
I did sort of mention it because when I was talking about the egg and the tablets being connected,
Yeah.
that the book is. I don't know everything, but there's one page in it to do with the return of dragons.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to think who would want them back. Could be someone trying to use them as a weapon. Someone who thinks they should be back for philosophical reasons. People are weird like that. Could be that the dragons aren't completely gone and then some crazy dragon wants to bring his friends back. Or her friends back.
Mhm.
You'd be surprised how sneaky some bad guys can be.
Did Beldar take out the book for us to look at, or is he just describing it?
He would have probably taken it out to just show the glyphs.
Yeah.
Did you, Beldar?
Yeah, I would. When I was talking about it, I did show the owner it to ask if the text looked like the tablets. So I did take it out. Yeah.
I point to the page and I say, "Is this magic?"
It's. I don't know if it's magic. All I know is it's a certain language that only the wizard that wrote this knows.
I thought that the owner said that it can only be written in a language that the wizard would be able to tell. So that sounds like magic to me. Is it magic? Can you read magic?
I can't read this. No.
Afraid I can't help you there. I think stuff I do kind of just works completely differently.
DM?
Yep.
I'm sort of looking at the way this place is wrecked. I mean, now that I know what's missing, why is the other things been trashed? Is they trying to throw off the fact that they only took this? Also, can I sort of look at this to see how they got inside?
I am also
yeah.
gonna try and look if
Roll an investigation check.
I'm gonna look for different stuff, but I'm gonna try and look. And it might be a bit late now, but did the hair look planted there? Because if it was Castile,
Wait,
she could
2
with
seconds.
her contact, she could probably easily get.
Just wait 2 seconds. Nunk, you look around, and you can see in multiple directions. There's just like holes going through the building.
Holes? How big?
They're about 3 foot in diameter.
That's huge.
They're not immediately noticeable because of the way the shop's laid out, but you sort of realise as you look around, you're thinking, hang on a minute, that doesn't look quite right. Why is there light coming behind that? You know, and...
So, they drilled in, there's more than one hole? There's multiple holes?
Yeah.
How many?
Quite a few.
Okay, so they bored into the building to get in? Is there a hole on the outside wall, or is it on the inside?
When Nank sees this, what does he say?
Oh, I start pointing to all the holes, because that's the first thing I did is look to see how many. There. Is there one on the outside wall coming in?
Estella, make
On the
me...
roof?
Estella, make me... actually, Gemma, make me an Arcana check with advantage. You think you have a fairly good idea of what's happened. Somebody here has tried to use magic and it's gone horribly wrong.
Does she share this with the group?
Oh, sorry. Push to talk. Wrong button. My bad. So I don't know if you guys know exactly what happened last night.
You almost electrocuted yourself to death, and I had to drag you up to your bed.
Yes. Do you know
So you
why?
didn't die? I felt something weird when I was trying to heal Beldar last night, but I stopped myself before anything happened.
Yeah, I did not.
Yeah, don't do that.
Thank you. I think that somebody also tried to do magic. Magic was very strange yesterday, and maybe it backfired the same way it did for me.
Yeah.
But from what it looks like, from what you're saying, this looks worse than what happened to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although,
I was casting a very small spell, though.
Yeah. It could have been worse because the spell used was much more powerful.
And in answer to your question, Estella, no, the hairs looked like they were dropped.
I'll probably pick them up as evidence, I guess. Put them in my coin purse, I think.
What's the next plan of action then?
Well, I guess we can visit that warlock guy.
Oh, sweet.
Probably.
Weren't we told to go to Abilon?
Yeah, that's another lead.
That is a many-day journey.
Yeah, we want to do what we want to do in this city before we head off there, I think. Although it may be a safer option of inquiry. What do we want to do?
Well,
I have a question for the DM.
Yep.
I guess since does it look like the holes all originate from one spot? Can I stand in just one spot and see all the holes?
Not really, no, because it looks like what's happened is the spell's been cast, and you know there's been some kind of rebound effect, and the holes are just completely random. There's no rhyme or reason to them.
Thank you.
Are there any other traces of what kind of magic would have set this off? I probably have to work with Eldar on this because
yeah, Beldar and Estella can make a Arcana check with advantage.
Okay.
So just one of you roll, but because you're both doing it, it's with advantage.
Yeah, Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll help Baldar with that. So
Yeah, Beldar, you can sense that there's some kind of dark. It's definitely a dark magic that's been cast. Whatever it is was not friendly. And you think that the spell that was cast was only to gain entrance in, rather than to destroy.
Right, okay. The spell that was used was dark. It wasn't the guy wasn't friendly. And it was
Yeah.
only used to get into the building. It wasn't meant to destroy anything.
I think it would be a spell more like what I'm capable of than what Beldar or Gemma would be capable of?
Most definitely.
Okay. And we know, what's his name is a warlock. We don't know what kind of magic Castell does. But he's like a known warlock that we know of.
Yeah, so we might want to be careful. We might want to go and tread carefully.
Yeah. If we're gonna like approach him, it'd be. I don't think we want to go up to it just him brazenly and just say, "Hey, we think you stole stuff." We would have to use. We'd have to like gain compelling evidence. We don't even know who we'd tell rather than him who his superior is, or whether who would he report to? Do we even know?
You haven't found out yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, you know there's a king of Australia.
Yeah.
You know there's a royal family within the region.
I'll ask the owner, because I keep forgetting her name, sorry.
Austin.
Alstein, who Ildra reports to, who is higher than him.
And he says, well, oh, sorry, she says, rather. She goes, wow. Do you know, I've never really thought about it. But now that you mention it, I'm sure that somebody up the embassy would be more than interested to hear, and would be able to report it to the king.
Okay. We also know people in the embassy are kind of like.
Wouldn't everyone in the embassy work for him? Would anyone really want to go around him?
Someone might want a promotion. It's a pretty Swiss job. Imagine all the research you could do. Some nerd's gonna be interested in it.
It seems very risky.
Not only to mention the fact that he's not the head of the embassy, he just works there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is he called the High Warlock?
Presumably
Right,
because
he wasn't there when we went there last time.
presumably because he's a warlock. Just
He's
saying.
he's the High Warlock of Etrelia, meaning that he's been granted the permissions by the king to use his magics in service of the king.
Who is he beholden to? Is that common knowledge?
No, not by a long shot.
Yeah.
People tend not to ask questions when the guy they're asking questions about they know could quite happily incapacitate them.
Hmm. There are some. Warlocks have like a very big range of patrons. Very big range.
Could it be a dragon then?
I've seen weirder things.
Well, that would make sense because it is a dragon egg.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. I've seen weird warlock patrons. And I look very, very shifty.
I'll be right back.
So what are you guys going to do? Are you going to head up to the eaglery?
Yeah, we can do that while we have a think. We can do that while we have a think.
Excuse me. So yeah, you guys get up to the eaglery. You meet a nice elderly female dwarf. She seems quite happy, feeding the eagles, playing with the eagles. Occasionally, one of the eagles flying down and sort of nipping at her hair.
Gemma kind of like tries to, like not like pet one of the eagles, but like be very respectful towards them, and walks like.
Sorry about that.
And walks up to the dwarf. Hello, I am Gemma from the Rebirth Vaktare. I need to send a letter to the north.
Very well, my dear. That's not a problem at all. And she sort of gives an ear-piercing whistle as this great big black eagle comes flying from the very top of the building. And as it flies down, you notice that it's got silver tips on his feathers and black. His claws are as black as charcoal. And he lands on this lady's shoulder, and you just see him standing there really proud.
Gemma like bows to the eagle a little bit.
And the eagle sort of does a sideways nod.
Those are really clever eagles.
Well, yes, my dear, of course they are. I trained them myself,
I know, but these are like really clever eagles. I mean, how smart are they?
Oh, they're smart enough.
Like,
do you know the town of Stonefall? It's a very small human village in Noregrad.
Stonefall. Can't say I've heard of it, but I can certainly get my eagles to fly there. I'm sure they know the way.
Excellent. I need to send this note to someone named Gareth. He does not live there, but he will pass by at some point.
I whispered to Gemma, can the eagles understand me?
Quite possibly.
You see this eagle give you a sharp look in your eye when you say that.
Yes.
I kind of awkwardly wave.
So, I don't actually know if I have any paper. This could be a problem.
She says, that's no problem, my dear, and she hands you a bit of parchment and a quill.
Excellent. Okay, so she's going to write a note, and I'm going to send it to you on the Discord chat.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Are these magic eagles?
I told you. They've been trained by the best.
But did you, like, magically train them?
Not at all. Good hard work is what it takes. You only get out what you put in.
Did you put in any magic, though?
Okay, so she finishes writing. She finishes writing and kind of like, I don't know, rolls it up or whatever and hands it to the dwarf. I'm sorry, I did not catch your name.
She goes, oh, you guys really do test me, don't you? She goes, I am Lady Elix. And I will put that in the chat also.
Thank you, Lady Elix. And what is the name of this marvelous beast?
Ah, you are looking at Javen.
So then I turn to the eagle and say, thank you, Javen, for delivering this message. It is of utmost importance.
And he will call at you 3 times as he does one last lap of his eaglery, knowing it will be a long time before he returns. And grabs hold of the rolled up parchment and takes flight.
Gemma bows to him again.
I kind of awkwardly salute. Can we have like this guy run the pub instead? He seems like a lot smarter and mercifully quieter.
She goes, they're only birds, my dear. They can't run a pub. Don't be stupid.
I don't know. They seem pretty adept to me. You can like get a system going.
He'd be better than Brown's here.
Yes.
God.
Dabbing with faint praise. I'd just rather have like a load of eagles awkwardly bringing me beer than have to deal with that again.
So,
I thank you, Lady Lex. That is all I need for now. But we may be back.
she goes, no worry. If there is any response, he will find you. He won't come back here, so don't bother me. But he will come and find you, I promise.
It seems pretty magical to me.
Thank you so much.
And
How much do I owe you?
she goes, now let's see. I would say make it 5 gold for now, and if he takes longer than expected, then I'll let you know.
Thank you so much.
What about doing it for... I'm gonna kind of like whisper to Gemma, what about doing it for honor? That's good, right?
She just gives you a dirty look and walks away.
Just saying! Gemma, adventuring is expensive. I know it's like good to try and do stuff out of the goodness of your heart, but there's costs involved. People need to eat.
Do you want to go talk to Ogden yourself?
No.
Genius. Love it.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
So it's the afternoon's passing by fairly quickly, and the chills in the air you can feel the air temperature slowly dipping again as you start to as the summer months are drifting on, but the late night the nights are starting to get longer, and it's just the general temperature and atmosphere is getting a lot colder.
Mm. Where are we heading off to now?
Well, it seems like we either go to the embassy and talk to someone who is not Ildrick, or we go to Castell's care and confront her.
I don't want to go back there. Please don't.
I don't want to go back there without a plan. Although I do have an idea. That involves trusting one of you quite a bit. It would at least save me money if I do get caught out.
What is your plan?
I entrust one of you with my money until we leave the city. I go there without money. I tell Castell I have no money, and then talk to her. It's a work in progress.
That does not sound like a bad plan. It seems that she is most interested in money. And she, looks at Beldar.
What?
Thing is, she left him with some of his money and said she got bored, which is what worries me.
That's true.
There's still that, but, and we already know that, protection against such. And she kind of thinks and concedes the word ensorcelment is, a bit difficult. So, that would be my plan. I would try and call down whatever divine guidance I could. It's better than nothing, I guess. I can at least try. But
I don't know what else we can do.
well, we still have another lead in a different city. but it would mean abandoning this for quite a while, and I don't know what else she'll get up to in the meantime.
I think we finish all the leads we have in this city, then move on to the other leads, unless most things point towards the other city.
Yeah. Actually, Beldar, you're gonna... you don't want to be anywhere near this, but... Who do I think's the most trustworthy out of you guys? Gemma, I think your heart's in the right place, but I'm not sure about your common sense. Beldar, you're like holding some stuff back. Nunk, you seem fairly straightforward, but I've also known these guys a day longer.
Well, it's not like Gemma's gonna steal your money, because she doesn't have a lot of, like, she doesn't put a lot of worth in money.
Yeah, that's a good point. She'll just, like, know to keep that pile of shiny things apart and not use it for anything.
Seems fair.
Yeah. So... I'm gonna put myself forward as the person to do this, unless anyone else thinks they're more above the influence.
I don't know how we can protect against it.
Yeah. Okay.
So are you going there, are you?
Do we want to check out the embassy first?
That might be a good idea.
I don't want to go back inside of there. I'll wait outside.
Okay. I'll give you the money when the time comes. So, head into the embassy.
Sure.
They recognize us vaguely, so...
So again, you get to the embassy. Again, the guards out there give you 100 questions, and eventually you are allowed to sit in and wait.
Yeah.
And after a little while, one of the guards comes up to you and says, "I'm sorry, I've been misinformed. It seems that Master Ildrick has vacated the city for some time."
How long?
He didn't say. Apparently, he just packed his things and left.
Do we know where he went, or is that classified?
He wouldn't say.
When did you last see him?
Me personally, well, let's see. Yesterday afternoon, when he said he was gonna go and get some lunch, I think.
Could he be ensorcelled? Yeah. Who would I contact in order to, if, just say hypothetically I had some suspicions about, his conduct, just like, academically, hypothetically, who would his higher-up be? Who would I talk to about his dealings if I had a complaint and didn't want to raise it with him directly?
You'd have to approach the Royal Council.
Okay.
Where's that?
And he says, well, you'd have to travel southwest of here and go down to Ordine. Southeast even, not southwest.
Okay. I believe our evidence would be in, with Arianis. I think her name was? Arianis, yeah. So we'd have to go there first.
Yeah, I don't think...
If we're going to build up a case.
Yeah, we haven't got substantial enough evidence yet. So we're going to have to go to that other city.
Plus, if we go around, we adventure more, we gain more of a reputation. It might lead us in more stead if we approach the Royal Council.
Yeah, so I reckon what we do is we go tell Ogden that we've got a lead that is outside the city, so we've got to go and do that.
We're a bunch of adventurers, right, Al?
Sorry, are you asking me, or...?
No, I'm asking in character. We're like a bunch of adventurers now, right?
Are you guys still inside the building? 'Cause I'm
I
not there.
suppose.
Cool, we gotta think of a name. Gotta say, you're not the people I would have chose, but you seem alright so far. Ish.
I love
Still-
Estella. Gotta love Estella.
Yeah. Still figuring some stuff out.
Are you guys still inside, or did you come back out? Because Gemma did not go inside with you.
I'll come back outside. Yeah. I'll just relay some of the same stuff I said.
Okay.
So, in theory, we just, like, had the conversation twice.
Sounds good. Well, I don't really want to go back to Avalon, but if we must,
You'll be fine.
It's the best lead we have at the moment, so I think we'll go to Ogden, tell them what we know, and obviously, I reckon we should spend the night here. I know how much we don't like ground tiers, but I think we've got to stay
One
here
more
the
night!
I think
One
we
more
can do,
night.
I think we can do one more night, and then we'll leave in the morning.
Yeah.
so the question is, do we go to Castell's or not? Or just go to Ogden's?
I
See,
think it's
I-
what...
Sorry, I don't think I'm not enchanted now, I promise you. But from the evidence that we've got, I do not think Castell would be in on this unless she enchanted the warlock, which I doubt she'd do.
Now you say that, but she's, like, in deep with the government here. We don't know how powerful she is. It's an unknown factor. If we suss out that she's just like a low down crook, that's fine. We'd rule her out.
Well, whatever you want to do.
Also, she's
I-
also... I don't like her anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, from experience, I don't want to go back there, but if you want to go back there and question her, that's perfectly fine.
I'm happy taking that risk. Are you guys happy to deal with me being, like, all stupid like Beldar was yesterday?
Yeah, so now we know what to look out for.
Yeah. Okay. Just, like, drag me to the Temple of... You guys know who Lathander is, right?
Do I?
And make a religion check. Yeah, someone from your village worshipped Lathander.
Yeah, that's my,
Beldar, you would have heard it because you came from the same region that Lathander is well respected and worshipped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you have known about what happened to me? Although he would... Actually, you might have left earlier. But... Something went down on the temple.
I think you're both from King Cardine, so
Yeah.
very possibly.
Yeah.
But that's for you guys to decide.
I don't mind him knowing. He might have heard rumours. I'm not sure if it would be the sort of thing he'd be interested in, though.
Is there a check I can do to sort of see if I've heard?
Roll for gossip.
This can just be
No.
IC stuff. This
Yeah.
doesn't need to be a roll. This can be up to you. If you want to
Yeah.
have left around the same time but heard of Estella's story, then yeah, fine, no problem. As long as Estella's fine with that.
I'm fine with it. It's up to him whether he wants to know.
Well, I did hear about some trouble with the temple, but apart from that,
Wasn't trouble. It was, someone made an unconventional paladin oath.
okay. I'm not. I don't know how paladins work, so
Good. Yeah.
Basically, I think the most you would have heard is that somebody was meant to renew their oath to Lathander it went wrong. They made an oath of sorts, but didn't really follow through with the whole paladin thing.
Yeah. Very customized oath, not necessarily paladin type thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, I worship Lathander, and I've got some like books and stuff. I've got some incense. I don't know if you want to like attempt some kind of like exorcism, or I don't know how this works. I don't know how I work.
Do we know, did Beldar, like, stop being enchanted or whatever when he ate the good berries, as in received healing, or was it the timing thing, or do we not know?
I would say you don't know.
Okay.
I also have some healing capability, but that's risky, and probably just like drag me out of town, tell me to heal myself, stand back good distance, just in case we're out of the thing. Gemma, I think, also has some healing capability, which helped out Beldar.
Yes, I do.
You have those weird berries.
Not today.
Oh. Can you make more? Oh, I think I saw what happened when you made more. Can you make more in a controlled environment out of town?
Yes.
Okay. So...
What's the plan then? Are you going to go and see Castell? And then after that we'll go and see Ogden, or what?
Yeah, I think that's the best.
Yeah. And also you'll have a dopey enchanted person to show to people. Worst case. Look, she's clearly up to some shit. Look, Estelle is acting all weird. Ah, yes, everything's like really good and happy and... That's how you'll know! Yeah, I could also, there is some kind of arcane stuff. I'm not sure if it would have an adverse effect. It's incredibly risky. It would increase my chances, though.
I mean, I cast a very minor spell, and I knocked myself out.
It would be a minor spell. It would,
But I also cast it the day before, and it was fine. It seems to come and go a little bit.
Yeah. We could test this out.
Also, if our theory's right, Castell might have a barrier in place, because obviously she can cast magic. Okay.
She could also have an arcane focus that allows her to do it. We don't know what the nature of it is.
Yeah, but would that still cause... Sorry, DM, would that, from what we know, would that, even if she had an arcane focus, would the things still go off?
Make me... I think it's still Arcana, but let me just double check.
I could tell her I'm
Yeah.
really into magic in the bedroom.
Yeah, it would still be Arcana, so yeah, make me an Arcana check. Yeah, you, being from where you are, or from where you're from, you would have studied the history of wild magics, and you would know for a fact that it's completely and unequivocally random. There is no... it has not been discovered yet why or how these things are caused. And there is no known way to prevent it.
There's just areas with more risk.
Okay, I relay that to the team.
Okay. Do you want to take this risk?
I think we will be able to handle it if you become enchanted, now that we know what we're looking for.
Okay. The thing I was thinking of would mean it's harder for her to manipulate me, but also it wouldn't affect any spell she casts, but it would just like make it up harder for her to just like spin her story a bit.
I see.
Well,
That is up to you, I think.
yeah, that's entirely up to you.
That's a hard decision though.
You would be the one assuming the risk.
Okay. You willing to bust me out of magic prison?
Try to do it subtly, but
Okay.
yes.
Okay. We doing this? Where do you guys want to be? Is there a way I can signal to you if something goes down?
Is there like a way that we can like? Does Castell's Care have like windows where we can like be able to see inside or whatnot?
I don't want to approach the building.
That's fair, but Nonk and I can.
Do you guys if Thala wants to be nowhere near it, maybe he hold on to the money, but after that give it to Gemma. There was like the sort of pub area out, just like at the front where we just had a couple of drinks. You could plausibly sit there.
Yeah.
Again, Valdar would probably want to be nowhere near that.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay back. Don't actually know where would be best to go though.
Is there like anywhere across the way you could hang out? Do you have any magic that could conceal yourself? Again, more risk, but
Maybe just hiding a block away or something.
yeah.
Got a spell. I've got disguise self.
That could work.
I'll put that in chat. So there you
Are
go.
you actually going to cast that?
Probably not yet, unless we're about to go in. It would also give us an indicator of how big the magic is at the moment, but... Oh, it's completely random, so...
Are you casting that now, or are you just doing it so you know what it does? Beldar.
Sorry, I forgot I'm pushed to talk. I'm just doing it so I can read it properly.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah. Again, that's a risk that's up to you. It might make you feel more at ease.
Yeah, I'll do it when we get closer to the building, I think.
Can we stand back? No offense, as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We should make sure there are no guards around.
Yep.
True. Should I go? What I'll do then is this. Can I go around and look if there's any alleys or whatever that I'll be able to do it in without being caught?
I'm also gonna try and keep watch while he
Yeah,
does
me
this.
too.
Sure.
We're still a way away. We're just
You know the river area of the city is fairly remote. Like just north of the just east of the Eaglery. Like you could probably do it underneath the castle walls with less chance of being spotted. That would probably be your best bet.
Okay, so I'll go there and I'll use the spell.
How long would it take to walk from there to Castell's?
That is a good point.
It only lasts.
yeah.
How you doing this?
You got out. I'm also gonna check my spell for reference.
It would probably take you about 20 minutes, half hour. Not massively long.
To walk there and back, or just
There.
just there?
So there and back would be about an hour.
Okay, so I get there, cast it, and then yeah, okay.
So you're casting Disguise Self?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Bear with me a second. You're a wizard, aren't you?
Yes.
Roll me a D100.
Do I just put /R100?
1D100, yeah.
Is there a space? Sorry, I didn't put.
Yeah, so it's /r space 1d100.
Oh,
That's not good.
As you go to cast, you can feel your hands starting to burn, and just
you're next to a river, luckily.
as your hands start to shake as you're trying to concentrate on this one spell, just this big fog of cloud appears and engulfs you.
Oh
Do we-
no.
Do we see this?
You do see this.
Velda? You okay?
Can we run over?
Can I hear them?
You can hear them. It's just... let me get... it's...
I say this isn't supposed to happen.
That's...
Did you disguise yourself as a cloud?
No, this isn't supposed to happen.
There you go. So, you're... I'm assuming you're up here somewhere. Oh. Get rid of that. Sorry. Right. I assume you're up here somewhere. Just hiding by the castle walls, yeah?
Yeah.
So, you have just created a cloud.
Is it safe to come in? To the
Yeah,
cloud?
it's just like a thick fog cloud.
Is it close to the ground or is it like vertical?
Velda, try and move.
Can I move and see if it follows me?
As you move, it doesn't follow you. You've just cast a cloud of fog.
Ah, okay. Right. I seem to have because of this surge, this wild magic, I have cast. Do I know that it's cloud of fog being?
You
wizard?
make me
Yeah,
make me an Arcana check. Yeah, you recognise the spell.
Yeah, the wild magic. Instead of casting disguise self, it made me cast a cloud of fog.
Okay. You gonna risk another attempt, or
It seems like the surges are still going to be strong today.
yeah?
Yeah, I don't
Perhaps
think.
we should just hide.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
hide. I don't want to risk it.
I'll let him borrow my cloak again.
So you guys, have I got all four of you? I think I've got. Oh yeah, I've got all four of you. So you've all travelled up here.
Mhm.
And
At this point, I would give Gemma my gold.
okay.
Shall I keep it recorded on mine? But
Yeah, keep it recorded on yours.
yeah. You're spotting my tab now, Gemma. Okay.
Okay.
I'll
I don't
like.
understand why you put so much worth in this.
Because it's just like if someone like does you a favor, then they owe you. Then if someone does you a favor, then you owe them. These shiny things are just a way of keeping track of that.
Yes, I understand how it works. It's just very unnecessary.
Some people need stuff.
Okay, are we walking back down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll perception for me.
All of us.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not very perceptive.
You might be lucky. Perception.
Gemma, looking through the cloud of fog that's being called upon, you notice there's a number of shadows on the other side of the fog.
Oh dear. We might have company.
Let's go really quickly.
Do we
Can we try to
know?
like sneak like along the wall or something? To try to like leave the area, but not like directly towards town. Try to get like away from it.
You can certainly try.
Are they
Okay.
like in the fog or the other side of the fog?
They are on the other side of the fog.
Okay. Let's roll out.
In which case, can you roll stealth with disadvantage?
Okay. Oh!
No. And Nunk?
Yes.
Stealth with disadvantage?
Well, first off, I wasn't being stealthy.
Okay,
Because
you're...
no one said anything about the shadows. I didn't see them. I just see her leaving quickly. So
No,
usually, I just.
You have full
that we have
spell.
company. We should try to get away.
Oh, when she says that, I draw my sledgehammer and my and I get my shield out.
No.
Belda, no!
And I take a battle stance.
Belda, no! No,
No.
I mean, no,
It
no,
might-
I'm sorry.
It might be best to just. I know we shouldn't always run, but at this point, it might be a good idea. We don't want to start a fight in this city.
It could just be some random passerby. You don't want to immediately be aggressive.
All right. Do I see where the shadows are?
You...
I'm looking for them now.
You just see this dense, thick fog.
I'm gonna, like, try and drag Nunk a little bit. Just,
Yeah.
come on, come on, come on! Come on, big boy.
Are all three of you holding Nonk back?
I am.
Yeah, I am too.
Okay.
Oh, it's not like you have to
Oh,
drag
hi.
me. I'm just, I'm
Oh.
just doing like a rear guard, walking up, shield and sledgehammer at the ready, and
Oh, right.
I'm covering your rear as you're walking away.
Okay.
Okay. Are you
Ah,
trying to be
okay.
stealthy, or are you just walking behind?
No,
them?
I'm not trying to be stealthy.
So are you trying to
Okay.
be like a distraction?
No, I'm not trying to be a distraction.
Okay. As you guys start to walk around the corner of the castle, you hear a number of voices shout, "Oi!"
Are we
Is it
running?
coming-
Or are we fighting?
Is it
That
coming from the
sounds like
fog?
guards.
And you see you do see a number of guards starting to approach you, vastly out experiencing you in fighting, vastly out. You know picking a fight with these guys is a bad idea, and they say, "Who cast it?"
I walk up with my hands out and say, "It was me."
And who do you think you are, casting magic in our city?
I'm Beldar Kulkal. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
We're tourists. We didn't know the lay of the land. Sorry.
Roll deception.
Who?
Was that a lie?
Estella was lying. You guys have been told not to cast magic.
Yeah, Knock might not know that, but we went to
Yeah, they turn to you and they say, "Ignorance is no excuse."
Well, don't blame them. They had.
Then
nothing
promote
to
it
do with
better.
They had nothing to do with it. It was me.
If you're
Very
gonna have
well.
draconian laws, you need to keep people informed.
Very well, you shall come with us. And they
Okay,
they
and
come
I-
up to you with a pair of manacles. They clasp your hands in irons, and they pull back the cloak, and you see them start whispering to themselves.
Okay. I just stand there and silently and wait for them to do whatever they're gonna do.
All right. Non puts away the sledgehammer and walks over to the guards non-threateningly, and I say, "I'm a merchant. We can work this out." And I sort of, reach into my coin pouch, see if they look like they're receptive or not.
Roll persuasion. You see sort of two of the guards look at them, and they say to the others, "Don't worry, we got this." And you see four of the guards walk off back onto their usual patrols and disappear into the crowd. And they say, so they come up to you and they go, "Hand it over then."
All right, I pull out 10 gold and I hand it to them.
They scoff. They
Alright,
say, you having a laugh?
All right, it is a lot where I come from. I give them 20.
They go, "That's more like it." And you see them sort of uncuff Beldar, and they say, "Just make sure your friend's not seen out in daylight again. People pay good
Well,
money."
we were trying not to.
People pay
That
good,
was the point of the spell.
people pay good money for skin like that, and they kind of pocket the money and walk off.
What were your names again?
They ignore you. They don't know you.
Ah, damn it. I'll try and remember their faces, because now we've got leverage against them. We know they're corrupt. It's probably not going to work, but... yeah.
Well, that was close.
Yeah.
Thank
So now
you,
do you
Mom.
believe me when we said, you may want to be a bit more subtle?
Anyway, thank you, Nank, for helping with that.
Now pay him 20 gold, Beldar.
I help you with your quest. You will help me with mine.
Yes.
You have a
do, you want,
quest?
do you want the 20 gold back?
Give him the 20 gold, Beldar.
I'm asking him if he wants it back.
I'm saying you should give it to him, Beldar.
I tell him again like he didn't understand. I help you with your quest. You help me with mine.
Okay. I'll give you. I'll hand Nank 20 gold.
Okay, I just shrug. I take the money.
Perhaps we should get out of here before more guards come.
Yeah. Lathander sees your actions, Beldar. And
I'll just
Go hide.
I'll just stay hidden. I'm not gonna try and cast any magic again.
Do you want to go
that was
back to
the plan.
Brown Tears and hide there?
I'll just head back to Brown Tears.
oh god, he must be really terrified of them.
Night,
Some of that's the
night
point.
is starting to close in.
Yeah.
So what is the plan for you? Are you still going ahead to try and infiltrate Castells, or are you leaving the town?
I'm gonna give it a shot.
Sure, are you going alone, or...?
Donk and I will go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Brown Tears.
Okay, so don't let them touch you. Don't let them mess with your drinks. Gemma already has control of my money. Also, like a good way away, I want to just talk to the big guy and ask. This is going to take a lot of resolve, a lot of protection. Very sketchy, I think, if it goes wrong. So, gonna get my book out, gonna get some incense. Somewhere quiet, like a park or something. maybe, or like by the riverside.
Yep.
Just sit down, read a couple of passages, pray.
What are you saying in your prayers?
Hi. I'm still not sure how this works now, but I'm going to deal with someone very bad. Someone who has access to mind-controlling magics. And I'm not sure how many people that they are affecting. This seems like a bad person to me, and I can't be effective unless I resist this magic. I'm not sure I can do this alone.
Make me a fate roll.
With the plus 10, so that's 1d100.
Mm-hmm.
Crap! Is high better or low better?
It's higher the better. But Lathander does hear your prayers. And he says, at this moment in time, this is the wrong path for you. I cannot stop you, and I cannot control your free will. But it is on my advice that this is the wrong path for you currently. You are still angry about what your peers done, the way they went. And I think you are seeking to reclaim a bit of historical glory.
Good old atheist paradox. So you thinks you think is there like a two-way concept?
It's just like a voice in your head.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, guess I'm doing this alone. Screw it, it just seems like what the right thing to do. And I'm kind of mad about what she did to Belda.
Sure.
Gonna do it anyway.
Okie dokie, so what's the course of action then? Are you casting Hex? Because I saw you...
After what I've seen, no.
Okie dokie.
At least not yet. It's a bonus action to cast it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it preemptively. I'll keep it like as a holdout thing because of the risk involved.
Mm-hmm. I'd say you go to Castell's. Is Nank following Estella to Castell's?
Yes.
And Gemma's going as well.
Yeah,
Just-
I like tell them, don't let them touch you. Don't look in their eyes. Try and hold your resolve. I'm just trying to like relay any focus thing. If you have like a god to pray to, maybe that'll help. Any mantras you can hold in your head. Stay focused, stay aware, stay frosty. I'm about to do something incredibly stupid, and I go in and say, "Hi, I would like to speak to Castell."
And you're approached by there's a couple of other drow ladies in tonight, and you're approached by one of them and say, "What do you want Castell for? Are you here to work?"
I just had a couple of questions.
Well, I'm
Just
afraid we're fully staffed here at the moment, my dear. I don't think she'll be interested. Besides, she's with a client at the moment. I dare not disturb her.
Well, she is a shrewd businesswoman. I'm pretty sure she'd like to talk to me.
Yes, well,
Classified information.
I'm not I'm not at liberty to disturb her. I do like to get paid, you know. And
It would be on your head if this information doesn't get to her.
She walks away, and as she walks away, you notice there's a small trail of spiders behind her.
They're all weird.
Kinky.
Okay. I'm gonna have a look at. I'm gonna again ask someone else if I can speak to. Unless I think she's gone off to ask her.
Make I think it'd be insight. Make an insight check.
Yeah.
You think she's yeah, she's probably gone to have a word with Castell, but she's not directly saying yes to you.
Okay. I'm gonna give it about. Actually, while I'm waiting, I'm gonna ask around, talk to other people.
Yep. About an hour passes. You don't really get anywhere with anybody, and you see Castell coming out of the room with a very dazed-looking guard, and you recognise it as one of the guards from earlier on.
Figures. Hi. I believe we have business to attend to, Castell.
And she goes, "Oh, hello.
Not that kind.
You come to work for me?"
No. I already have a boss.
Is Nank and Gemma outside, or have they gone in?
Oh, I've definitely gone in.
Yeah, we're at the bar area.
Yeah, okay. She glances over to Nank and she goes, "I see you brought me some more interesting meat."
No.
And she sort of whistles to grab Nank's attention.
If she's reaching towards him, I'm just gonna slap her hand away with a stick. No touchy.
"Oh my dear, I don't mean to offend, but such a rare breed in these parts." And she sort of licks her lips.
I'm gonna suppress a vomit.
Do I notice this? DM, do I notice this?
Oh, you definitely notice it. She's making sure you see it.
I got a real amused look on my face. Like, I'm really smiling. I'm, like, happy.
She walks over to Nank and she goes, "Do you want to have a free trial?" She whispers in his ear.
As she walks over, I'm just gonna try and trip her up with my staff. I have said no touching. Sleight of hand, I believe.
Yeah, sleight of hand. With no, disadvantage. You sort of put your stick out and she notices it because she's already wary of you. And she sort of steps on the stick and just sort of steps over it and walks over to him and says, "So, how about that free trial?" And she's sort of rubbing her hands up and down Nank's body.
Oh no!
She's gonna get clocked over
No,
that.
when she raises her hand to touch me, I jump away. You know,
Yeah, I want.
I was told that she can't touch me, and I remember that, so I jump away.
She goes, "Why so shy, big man?"
He's gay. I thought you were an expert, Castell, in these sorts of things.
What does Nank do or say when Estella says this?
My mouth opens, it closes, it opens, it closes again.
She goes, "Very well, what is..." And she sort of gives Estella a sharp look and she goes, "What can I do you for?"
Just some discussions. I wouldn't... Just something that would kind of, like, reinforce your good reputation.
Go on.
I'm looking for information about, something a employer has that's gone missing. You wouldn't have to know anything about that.
What's gone missing? How can I comment if I don't know what it is that's been stolen?
It's an artifact of great arcane power.
Well, if there was an artifact here of any form of power, there's only one man whose hands it would be in.
Would that be someone with grey hair?
I believe you've met Ildrick. He did speak of some weird people walking around the city the other day. He's one of my highest tippers. But now it seems that you lot have driven him out of town.
Well, someone was bound to find out about his shady business sooner or later. You can hardly blame the police for the crimes criminals do.
He was doing so well as well. Ah well, and she sort
He
of
got sloppy.
She turns and walks away.
I have more questions. Do you have any evidence or leverage against this person? I mean, I wouldn't want to arouse suspicion around yourself. Do you have an understanding with him, actually, given... I suspect you may be up to some arcane business?
Listen, if you've got nothing of use for me, I don't see what this has got to do with anything. So, my ladies will show you out, and,
We suspect
she sort of looks over... She looks over... She looks over... She looks over at the half-orc and she says, if you're ever passing, do pop in again.
Well,
I sort of nod, and then I look at Gemma, and then I shake my head, and then I sort of smile and nod again, and I open and close my mouth again.
I'm going to talk to her and just say, look, if you've got anything that would... Any evidence that would ascribe this theft to the High Warlock rather than yourself, I'm sure you'd rather lose a client than your entire business.
Believe me, I have more than one abode. Good day. And she sort of walks off.
Help me help you!
She walks off ignoring you and sort of takes the arm of a customer. And you hear her drow singing again.
I'm gonna just squint at her and glare. I'm gonna try and snoop around while I'm here, if she's distracted.
There are plenty of other people around that will stop you. It's probably not the best idea.
Okay. Do I still think she's up to something? Do I notice if she's being a bit too evasive? Whether she's trying to pin the blame on
roll an insight.
Okay.
Whatever it is that this girl's into, it's certainly not arcane items.
Yeah. Well, we know she's not... I'm just gonna grab the other two and walk out. Well, we know that she is, I guess, just a prostitute. Just a brothel owner. Not like she's a brothel owner, not like a super magic brothel owner, just like the regular low down kind of magic brothel owner, and she probably got away with such arcane magic because the High Warlock is one of her clients. So again, that's something
one of her clients.
Pardon?
Apparently, everyone is one of her clients.
Yeah. Does she always hate girls? Was I paranoid about nothing?
It's strictly sort of a straight brothel.
Damn it.
Not,
Okay. Yeah, I was all worked up about nothing.
Gemma hands you your gold back and like pats you on the shoulder.
But I give it back to her. Look, I don't know if she'd. I'm just like keep hold of it until I'm out of the city. I just allow some time. I don't know if she is like. Could there be like a delayed effect spell? Could there be like something subconscious? Actually, if she's straight, then never mind.
Perhaps we should go tell Master Ogden what we found. It seems like we are going to have to leave the city.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I can. Yeah. I still don't like Castell, to be honest.
Agreed, but what are we going to do about it?
Get more powerful, burn down the brothel.
Seems like we need to leave the city to get more powerful now, doesn't it?
Yep. Someday we'll burn this place to the ground. But it's not today. And I also kind of got warned about this. And it's bringing back memories, bad memories. So, yeah.
Alright, so we're walking up to Master Ogden's. We'll just
Yep.
leave
This
Beldar
is-
and Brown Tears.
This is very late at night
Okay.
now. This
We
is
should
Okay, we can tell them on our way out of town tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So we go back to Brown Tears and tell Beldar what happened.
And
Beldar, wake up.
I didn't. Was I asleep?
You just kind of look a bit spacey. I don't know what Dragonborn bedtime is.
Anyway, yes.
She's just like a regular magical prostitute, not like a super magical prostitute.
Okay. Well, what are we?
We know Beldar. Beldar, we know that the warlock was one of her clients. She's noticed he skipped town. She got annoyed at us because we spooked off one of her higher tippers.
What? He went
Yeah.
out of town because of us.
Yep. Apparently.
Well, that is suspicious.
Yep. And apparently I was worried over nothing because Castell is straight.
And I am gay.
Oh. Okay.
Nunk, I just said that. I don't know if you actually are. I wouldn't judge you if you are, but I don't know what, yeah.
That was beautiful.
Anyway,
Oh my god.
that aside, it's getting late. Are we going? What are we doing? Are we staying or are we going
I can
to?
just stay in. You know, I feel
Okay.
like we would chat to each other.
yeah.
Nonk, you keep saying that you will need help with your quest. Do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah.
If you wish to hear my story,
Of course.
Tell us your story.
I go and I fetch some of the Brown Tears brown ale and bring it to the table.
Okay.
And I start my story.
Do you want me to show it to the players?
Yeah, I guess that'd be alright with me.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go. You should all now be able to see Nank's story. It's a little bit long-winded. The shortcut version is that he grew up in a town that was writhed with corruption, and Nank essentially tried to stop it, seemed to stop it at first, and then realised that it was still going on, and now he wants to take it up with the nobles, but knows that he needs to be a lot stronger.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So, you want to get stronger. I want to be a better person. Beldar wants to find out what's in his book. Gemma wants to prove herself. I also got to stop some bad people.
I also need to stop a traitor. Apparently.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
The man in the wolf skin. We will stop him.
Yes, we have to.
I also kind of just like squint at Beldar and Gemma and just like, you're magic and this doesn't, and I'm magic and this doesn't bode well. But we got Nunk as well.
Yes. If we go up north, I've never had this problem before. So perhaps it
Okay.
will be easier.
Oh, I was on about something else, but yeah. Ugh.
So the night passes. You'll get a decent night's sleep thanks to Brown Tears, Brown Ale. And you sort of all wake up fairly fresh and bright in the morning. Nothing.
Relatively.
Yeah, nothing exciting has happened. Brown Tear brings you your usual sort of ale and steak for the morning. And he says, "Oh, I hear you'll be leaving town today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for your hospitality.
Would you like to settle up? Or shall I keep the tab open?"
I think settle up would be good.
We are probably never coming back here if we're given the choice.
He goes, "Okay, no worries." And he says, "Well, that'll be 2 gold pieces each."
Alright, Gemma takes it out and gives it to him.
Yeah.
Likewise.
And he says, "Thank you very much," and sort of puts it into a little into his little pouch and says, "Don't forget, don't check that you got everything before you go."
I actually give him 5 gold.
Oh, very generous of you. And as you sort of all stand up, he says, "Take these with you. They'll see you through, I'm sure." And he sort of hands you each two giant horse steaks.
Oh,
Thank you.
And he instead of steaks, he gives Nank a horse leg.
oh, nice horse haunch.
Gonna add that to it. How much do they weigh?
The steaks, I'd say probably about £5 each.
Did he give us 2 each, or just?
Yeah, he gave you 2 each, yeah.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
To be fair, you could probably cut them up into smaller steaks. That's how big they
Yeah.
are.
How much is my weigh?
The horse leg,
Yeah.
I'd say a good £20.
All right. I try to wrap it up nice and neat. Put it in my pack.
I've just got this image now of this orc sort of tying it up like a little ham, and in,
Oh, I know it.
in like a little picnic bag.
Well, the funny thing is, it doesn't fit in my pack, so you just have the end of the hoof sticking out of the top of my pack.
And so you sort of pop round to Master Ogden's, give him the rundown, and he says, "I'll see you on your way." And he gives you each 15 gold, and says, "There's an extra."
Gemma gives Estella the dirtiest look and be like,
And he says,
Could have been more if you negotiated.
he says,
Just saying.
he says, "There'll be another 15 if you can catch the blighter."
Okay.
Thank you.
And he sends you on your way. As you sort of leave the city, a few of the guards.
can I ask the guard something?
Yeah.
So wait, did they say anything to us, or are they like letting us pass?
Well, they're letting you pass quite happily, but they all seem a bit relieved that you're going.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask them like, do you guys take guard every day? Have you seen a big man who dresses similar to me, leave the city within the last few days?
I haven't, have you? And he sort of looks round at the dwarf, and the dwarf goes, "No, I'm too bloody short. You're always standing in the way of the good stuff." And she looked round at the elf, and they start bickering.
Can I pop over to the Temple of Bahamut before we go?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So, look up. Who was our contact there?
Get the NPC sheet up. If I can remember who it was.
Are we going?
Vordim Dalzoon?
That's the one.
Vordorim
Yeah.
Dalzoon.
Dalzoon. So, I ask if I can briefly speak to Dalzoon or someone who can relay a message to him.
Dalzoon comes down off the podium and he says, "Yes."
We've got a lead on the crest. We think it may be... We don't have enough evidence to concretely point this out, so this is just like... what's it called? Off the record, but... you think it may be the High Warlock that has possession of this, which is grievous.
He turns to you and he says, "This does not surprise us."
Yeah. Any advice in dealing with him?
I would say do not approach him. Do not entangle yourself in his world, because you will descend into deep, dark madness. That man is a lot older than he makes out, and it is unbeknownst to many how he has lived this long. Some believe that he may have elf blood in him, but he does not look elven at all, so I find that very hard to believe indeed.
Is it known what... Long shot, but is it known what patron he might have?
That is something he has kept very close to his chest.
Yeah.
As
Surprised he's
I am
actually-
sure, as I am
surprised he's
sure
act-
you have.
Surprised he actually openly calls himself a warlock under the circumstances, although I guess the way the magic explains.
He has the king's favour, so it means that he does not need to hide his talents or abilities.
Yeah. Nice for some, I guess.
And
Is
you...
he-
Sorry, go on.
Is he like... Is this awkward silence in character?
No.
Nice for some, I guess. But,
You sort of just hear the holy chimes of the music and sort of
draconic elevator music.
the draconic prayers going out to Bahamut.
Did we follow Estella or not?
Don't know. Did you?
Do you want to?
I did want to. Yeah.
Then yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to ask if he knows how the warlock got the king's favour.
He says, well, he was very close with the king's son. But the king's son and he took different paths. You can guarantee that it is a case of nepotism.
Can I talk to you privately? What's his name again?
Dalzoon.
Dalzoon. Just
Yes.
away from the rest of the group. Yeah. Do you know of anyone within your faith that has, just like while I was thinking about it, I heard somewhere that some warlocks can gain power from someone of a deity or something? Do you know of any examples of that?
Many, many times this has been the case. Bahamut has shown us power in many different forms.
Yeah. Do you know what to expect from one of this power?
Great things. It is a great trust that is imbued into a soul.
No pressure then. Yeah.
Even if
Also-
even if your connection with your patron is severed by your patron's death, then there can still be a link and the power can still grow within inside you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm being shown how to do stuff, which is, yeah. Okay. Okay, thanks, I guess. And I'm gonna walk back to the rest of the group, who won't have heard this unless they wanted to sneak along.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, I
No, I don't think so.
I think they're all the kind of people that would respect the privacy. You probably just think that she's a secret worshipper of Bahamut or something.
Do you guys want to roll insight on that?
No, it's fine. Is
I
that,
just tell boring god stuff. Nothing
Yeah.
you'd be interested
Yeah, pretty much.
So you leave the city, you have the interaction with the guards, and you start to make your way north. And let's go over to there. And sort of a day out, you come to the edge of a forest, and you sort of camp there. You tell some tales. There's nothing sort of unusual. You know, you set watches, you look out, and the night passes fairly uneventfully. You know,
Can I say that as soon as we're out of the city, Gemma seems like a completely different person. Like, super relaxed, like, very much in her element. Like, this is where she's meant to be.
although you camping on the edges of the forest, you start to get flashbacks of the not quite so much claustrophobia, but again that sort of sense of, oh god,
Yeah, it's not as wide open.
we're going somewhere dense again. And in the morning when you wake up, you sort of enter into this lovely lush green forest that has the sunlight sort of hitting through ever so sort of small gaps in the trees. The canopies of the trees are enormous, and you just sort of look up and are in awe of the size of this forest.
Well, Gemma lived here for like a month.
Yeah,
So.
and I mean, I'm talking about the others. And
Yeah.
like the sunlight, the trees are that thick that sunlight hardly pierces the undergrowth for hardly pierces the undergrowth.
on.
And
Gemma, do you know if, as we travel forward, whether this is less affected by the magic stuff we had in the city?
I have never had a problem here. I do not know if it has changed.
I could test this theory. With what degree of confidence?
I lived in this forest for about a month and never had a problem.
Did you survive off those weird berries as well? The entire time?
No, usually not. But I
Ah.
did perform some magic.
Okay. Can I cast light on Gemma and see what happens?
what does light do?
I will ding
Yeah,
it.
just click it for me. Okay, touch one object light. Till spends up the object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional time. You like completely covering the object with some opaque blocks. Right, that's going to be really awkward to do. Yeah, I mean, you can cast the spell, and it seems to work. Like, there's no surges, there's no extra energy gushing through your body, and it just, Gemma just starts to glow.
Just clap a hand on you and you suddenly just start glowing.
Like looks at her like, what the hell did you just do?
So we know spells are okay in this area.
That was a very, it was a simple one. I could try something more complicated, but I'm kind of reassured by this.
Yeah, don't waste your energy. unless we need to.
Yeah. Have I asked what kind of arcane capabilities you have? Because I know Gemma makes weird berries. You're presumably a wizard who can disguise
Yeah.
yourself.
I can disguise myself. I can use fire bolts, so that I'm sort of aiming for evocation. To be honest.
I give you a blank look. That's magic. I think have less. I'm kind of more of a magical sprinter than a long distance runner, so to speak. I don't have. I can't cast many spells, but I recover more quickly. And I can do. I've got like lots of damaging stuff, and you saw the invisible thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, what invisible thing?
Oh yeah, you won't have seen that.
There.
Gemma, as you're entering these woods again, you get a slightly eerie feeling. It's not quite the comfortable wild you remember, and the trees, sort of just your natural instinct that the trees are, they're not talking to you quite like they used to, in the same sense.
Are there animals around?
There are animals around, but they're not hostile or anything.
Right. Can I ritual cast speak with animals?
Yeah, go for it.
Are you guys on a map or anything? All I see is black.
Yeah, I see a black square.
Yeah.
If you go down here, you should be able to see your characters. If not, I've probably not done something.
Yeah, I can see my character,
Yeah.
but everything is
I
black.
can see my
Yes.
character, but things are black.
Same. I'm also going to ask Nank if he can cast
Can
a
you
spell.
see... Hold on. Can you see a light, sort of, an area of vision?
No.
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 Huh. Oh, that's why. How about now?
Still.
No.
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 I attempt to cast light, and it does nothing. I'm not sure if Gemma is actually the best person to cast it on. I should probably just cast it on my stick. Use that
How
as a
about now? Does
torch.
that work?
Nope.
No.
No.
Right,
No.
I'm not quite sure what's going on then, because from what I can see, it should be working. So you can see your tokens, correct?
I can see mine.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
But literally everything else is black.
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
Can Nunk cast any spells? I asked this in character.
I look at her confused.
I kind of just prestidigitize some sparks out my hand, like that. I also clean him. Or like that.
So you still can see Zilch, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay, it's gonna have to be done without dynamic lighting then, which is real pig.
Or, I don't know, we've got 15 minutes left of the usual time?
There you go, how's that? Can you see stuff now?
Nope.
No.
It might just be taking time to load then.
Yeah. Do you want to just banter while we wait?
Just try refreshing the pages for me,
Okay.
just each of you.
Loading. Establishing uplink.
I still see black.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all black.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are confronting the void. Could Theatre of the Mind it, if you've got a reference?
It's kind of... I can, but... It's annoying when I spend time doing it. Right, let's do that. Now
Yep, that's normal. Nothing.
You can only see
No.
back, you can only...
Yeah.
It's enabled. Download. Oh well, yeah, okay, I guess I'll just have to Theatre of the Mind this then, with this as my reference, which is really, really irritating.
I'll try and sketch it as I go along, so at least I've got a reference to my end.
Yeah, so you, as I say, when you enter into this forest, it's very thick. It's quite difficult to see, you know, round corners and things. Did you say you cast Speak with Animals, Gemma?
Yep.
Okay, and what in particular are you looking to speak with?
Squirrels!
What is around? What can I see?
There's the normal carnivorous animals like deer. There's probably a couple of wolves somewhere in the woods. There's birds in the trees.
Probably a bird, actually.
Yep, and this sort of little sparrow comes flying down to you.
Hello.
Goes, hi, hi, hi!
Does the forest feel strange to you? It seems strange to me. It is not normal.
The shepherds have woken.
What?
The shepherds have woken.
The shepherds?
Yes! They've been walking around. In daylight. Would you believe it?
Where did you see them last?
Oh, they're around. I don't know
How
why
many
you-
are there?
Oh, there's plenty. There's plenty in the forest.
What do they do?
They look after the trees. The trees they look after.
Do I know what she's talking about?
You don't have... roll intelligence, actually.
Can we hear what's going on? Or are we just like hearing
No,
having
you
bad
just
noise?
hear the animal sounds.
Yeah, pretty much.
At this point, I'm just
You're
kind of
not
like
quite
looking at her
sure.
like she's insane, but
Sorry, say again?
You're not quite sure what's going on.
yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on either.
When
You're
was the
getting
last time
very
you saw them?
strange.
When was the last time that you saw the shepherds?
Oh, today. Today I saw them. They might be coming. Goodbye. And you just see the sparrow flutter up into the trees.
Okay, I turn back to the group and say, the bird said that there are some beings that they called the shepherds walking around. I don't quite know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but there are quite a few of them and they might be coming.
The bird said.
Well, if you're talking to that bird, the bird just flew off.
Yes, because...
What did you
yes,
say to him?
I asked what was wrong with the forest. Things feel strange to me.
Okay.
Can I hear anybody coming or anything?
Make a perception check. You can hear some creaking and cracking.
Okay, so I like shush everybody, like be quiet.
If I have last light cast, I'm gonna put it out.
Yeah, you put out the sort of light and you can still see, like, around. There's nothing unusual to you. You just see a bundle of trees.
So I like just signal them to be quiet, and then I try to like see what's coming stealthily.
Okay. Make me a second perception check.
Crit.
Awesome.
You will see as you sort of walk a little bit a little bit deeper into the forest. You see a. Now I need to get the token reference up for myself. Bear with me 2 seconds. Is that the right one? Yeah, I think that was probably the best one. You see a creature that looks like he's made of ivy, just these winding roots and leaves coming off of him as he sort of looks around a tree at you and starts walking towards you. Now, it's about 8 to 9 foot tall, this one, and he seems really interested in you.
Okay, I put my hands out, like, to show, like, I'm not threatening or whatever. And say, well met.
He says, I recognize you.
I wish I could say the same.
He says, we watched you when you passed through here on your last journey, but I am surprised that it is you who are stealing our roots.
Stealing your what? What are you talking about?
My friends and I have had some roots stolen from us.
I can assure you that was not me or my friends. We would not do this, you know me.
Roll persuasion.
Can we
With
hear this
advantage.
conversation?
This was not my strong suit.
And yes, you can hear him speaking. And he says, then why would you come back to this forest?
We're
You
just
ran
passing through.
scared.
I like put my hand out like to stop Estella from talking.
And you just
We are
see
just
you just see roots extending out of his arms onto a nearby tree, and he sort of pulls himself in a little bit closer, and he says, "I'm very, very disappointed in you. We thought you were gonna protect us. We thought you was gonna live with us."
I would never do anything to hurt the forest. And I like get on my knees in front of him.
He sort of wraps his root hand around you and pick you up, and he says, "One who would tell a lie would do exactly the same as one who was telling the truth."
That is not true. You have seen my actions for many, many weeks. I would not do this.
What's
And we just entered the forest.
what's Beldar's and Nank's reaction to this?
I just do as I'm told. Because she obviously knows more of this area, so I just stay down and quiet.
I'm gonna start shouting, "Put her down!"
No, it's fine.
I have my
It's
shield and
not
sledgehammer. I have my shield and sledgehammer ready, and if she calls out, makes any complaint, I'm charging in.
Gemma's trying to stay as calm as possible, and she's telling them to stand down.
Oh, I'm
You-
breathing heavy. I'm ready.
Oi, big leafy boy!
Nank, from the northwest of you, you hear sort of trees and branches snapping, breaking, falling down, and you just see this tremendous armoured-looking Titan-like creature with bark covering all of his body, and only a few leaves sprouting out here and there, covered in moss, and sort of with two giant wooden tusks out either side. And he goes, "Oh good, they're looking for a fight!" And you just hear Hedera go, This one seems to proclaim their innocence, but yet that one, well, he seems rather defensive.
Because you've picked her up, to be fair.
He hasn't hurt me. Stand down.
I'm gonna look at the big tree guy and say, look, I've seen her. She is an idiot, but she's not a liar. She is, in fact, quite incapable of it, from what I've seen.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Okay. I'll do that. Let's get the thing back up. I had it away because I was trying to see the screen. Persuasion.
Thank God.
Thank God. Thank Lathander added advantage.
And Hedera goes, the smooth-leafed one sort of looks over and says, Root Grunt, I'm not entirely convinced we got the right people. And you see Root Grunt sort of turn to Nank and goes, Nevertheless, let me give him a fight. And you
Want to fight? You've come to the right place.
No,
Wait, no!
as you say that, you look up and you realise this creature's about 32 foot. He's a big old tree.
You don't see the least bit of fear in his eyes.
Nunk. Can we not?
He says, "Ha ha ha! Good."
Look, if you want to fight this guy, that's up to you. I don't think we should.
Nonk, don't do it.
With all due respect. Which there's very little due.
As this big tree folk starts to ready to charge Nank, you both Nank and this tree folk have a number of thorny looking wood surround their ankles and literally holding them into the ground. And you see another much older looking conifer type creature oak-like creature come walking, and he says, my brother, you should know better than to fight with strangers. He goes, no!
Mom! We're gonna be late!
And he turns around and says, fair travellers, we do ask that you be careful in these woods, because these are our home. These trees are our children, and we have nurtured them from seedlings. Now, if you are the ones stealing our roots, we will have no option. We will have to crush you.
We understand. We are not those people.
As Hedera seems convinced, then I will be convinced. And Hedera sort of lowers Gemma down. And you see sort of a couple of other tree folk. One who's very piney looking, but on one of his arms he's ingrained a stone. Sort of he's grown his roots around this giant stone. And another one who has very, very pine-looking female figure to her. And she looks a little bit like her actual body shape looks a little bit like Gemma's. And just for reference,
Gemma's mum isn't a tree, right?
No.
I don't.
No. You wouldn't know this, but no.
I don't know.
Just for reference, that's what they all look like in the Discord chat.
Okay.
Ooh, cool.
Nice.
Tree people.
So, which one do we attack first?
No.
No.
I will bap you with my stick.
Yeah, that was out of game.
And
Joke.
you hear Smoothleaf go, Stonearm, Slimstick, Root Grunt, and Barkbeard,
You
sort
have
of
fantastic names.
sort of introducing them all, and
In response, Gemma bows her head and says Gemma, and then points Estella, Nonk, Beldar.
Well met.
You're not doing the full title.
These do not need it. They know who I am.
Do they?
And they sort of, after the introductions, they disperse away and walk back into their woods.
I walk up to Nonk and say, "You're not gonna want to threaten everyone we meet. It could go very badly."
I was threatened. She was threatened.
Unc, from experience, using violence to solve all your problems isn't great.
I was showing that I would put up a fight, that I would not be told what to do.
Things work differently here.
And with all due respect, I don't think you would have won.
Also true. They were very powerful, but when you met me, we were in a city, and I am stupid there, I will admit it. But I understand this forest. Most things are not trying to kill you.
But cornered animals do fight back.
Exactly. But do not be hostile unless you have to be.
Yeah. But
You just
violence when necessary is good. Violence only when necessarily is a good philosophy. Sorry. No.
I was the cornered animal. I was defending myself.
Don't
I
be a
told you
cornered
to stand
animal.
down. I told you he was not hurting me. It was fine.
And I did
Listen
not
to me
attack.
next time.
I did. I did not attack.
You
But
just
you
wanted.
voted one of them. That is not wise.
I accepted this challenge.
It would be wise to learn when not to accept a challenge. Especially when it will get you killed, or your friends killed. And I walk away from him.
Okay, I just sit there and thinking about it, and I sort of nod a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Were you still freaking out about the fact that I was talking to a bird?
A
No.
little bit. I'm questioning it less now.
Okay. Because she would tell you that I don't only make berries with my magic.
What other stuff can you do? Besides talk to birds and make berries.
I can do plenty of things, and she produces flame.
Are you sure the trees will be happy with this? Just don't throw it anywhere. I can do something similar, but I don't think we should attack the trees randomly.
Yeah, no, she's not attacking the tree. Like, the actual text is like you create a ball of fire, and then you can throw it if you want to, but she doesn't. She just produces it and then makes it go away.
If we get to a clearing, I can just blast up in the air, I guess, if you wanted to see. But I've got my magic is kind of themed about my deity and stuff. I don't understand it really, but it's stuff got put into my head and it feels instinctual and it terrifies me. And yeah, I'm pretty sure someone smart like Beldar could figure out what I'm doing, but yeah.
Sorry?
Who said that?
Me, Belda.
Beldar, you studied for years and years trying to understand how magic works and weaving your spells together, and That got dumped into my head within like the matter of a few seconds, and that terrifies me.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, if you could, I do the prestidigitation thing and just like I can like do loads of like random stuff like that, and I like kind of like make a tiny like bell appear in my hand. I like shoot sparks out. I clean nunk. I dirty nunk. I clean nunk again. Is that? I make a tiny mustache appear on Chetma's. That's new. I'd make it disappear. And there's also, well, obviously, Lathander's the god of light and stuff, and I cast light on myself, and I start glowing. There's that. I can do it on stuff, and like do it with my stick. And there's the two more dangerous ones. I'd rather get to a clearing before I do those.
So are you doing this as you're walking through the thicket of the forest?
Yeah.
Okay. So after about sort of 10-20 minutes of this, you all feel,
And then I do this!
you all feel the ground starting to shift from underneath you. It feels like the soil has lost some of its sturdiness, and you all fall for about 10 to 15 feet. You know, and you sort of land on some very, very hard stone. Now, please tell me you can see this.
No.
Up
No.
here.
I cast lights!
Up here.
I see your ping.
I can see the ping, but
Yeah.
no, nothing else.
Right, let's just
Yeah.
check the settings are all correct. Fuck on, the diamond first. Okay, and let's do that if it makes any difference.
Nope.
Yep.
Well, that's okay. Well, I've got some stuff to work out then. We'll leave it there, and we'll pick it up next week.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you, David.
No worries. I hope you guys had fun.
I hope this gets figured out by next week, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it should do. I'm planning on cutting the map down and then just doing it in like 4 segments. So
Yeah,
Okay.
that might help. If you want to like test stuff out,
Yeah.
just like poke me during the week.
yeah.
Maybe like with just like a image of a cat or something, so you don't spoil the maps.
Yeah, I think it's just the side of the map, the size of the maps, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because it does pop up a warning that, like, if I
think you need to activate our dark vision.
no, no, that's already all been done and stuff.
Yeah.
If I just placed you there, can you see that?
No.
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 No, even if you refresh the page.
I'll try it. I don't think it'll make. Does everyone see their figure or just?
Yeah, just my
Fine.
figure.
Yeah, you
and
should-
everything else is black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see anything
Yeah.
apart
Not even
from
after
my.
refreshing. Yeah.
Right, okay.
An attempt was made.
Yeah.
Is our next game in a week?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Are we going to be receiving experience?
Oh, yes, you will get some experience from tonight. So, let's go from the top. Do I have everything there? And I will also give you all Um, right. So.
I need to double check how much I got from the backstory as well.
Left the backstory stuff. Did I not do the XP for the backstory? I didn't, did I?
You did for me.
Yeah, you sent it to us separately.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, so
got
it's
it.
including that as well. So, Gemma, you have a grand total of 415 XP. Congratulations on the level up.
Thank you very much. What do I need to do for that?
So for the
Increase the number of hit points. You can either take average or you can roll for it.
roll your hit dice.
Okie dokie.
On average, taking average is better because it goes rounding it up by default.
I see.
Though, do you feel lucky?
Right. Okay, I think my hit dice is D8.
Yeah. What's your constitution modifier?
+3.
Okay, so it'd be 5. It would be another 8 hit points on top of it if you take average.
Okay, I'll just do that then. So, +8.
Yep.
Estella, you get a grand total of 440 XP.
Is that including
That's
the
not,
experience one?
That's not including the backstory experience.
Okay, 440.
Wait, was mine including the backstory or no?
No.
Okay.
I'm currently on 640.
Nank, you got 390 experience.
Thank you.
And Beldar, you got 290.
Thank you.
I'll just look up the character advancement table. So,
You should all be at least level 2 now.
yeah, 900 is the threshold for level 3.
Yep.
I don't think any of us have that yet, unless someone had a really good backstory. Yep. So, level 2.
Yep.
Which means more spells, but I think you're doing custom stuff with that.
Yeah, so to
Our
level up,
spell slots would go up.
yeah,
I think,
your
but
natural, so things that are natural, so like your hit points, and sort of your innate magical abilities, i.e. spell slots, will increase. For those of you, so for example, Estella, you will need to commune with your patron and spend some time communing with him in order to gain more power. Narc, you will have to find somebody to spar with or somebody to practice with in order to in order to increase your fighting capabilities, and it would have to be somebody of another fighting nature. So you could approach a guardsman and ask to train. You could approach, there's plenty of opportunities.
Former paladin?
Will that be before or after I get the benefits for the second level?
So you would have to train up for your... Are you third level now then? Or are you still...
No, second.
Yeah, so... you would, as I say, you'll get the extra hit points. But I think for fighters, it's like feature stuff. You would have to actually train with somebody who's of a fighting nature.
Got it.
Beldar, you'll need to find someone to do some research with, being a wizard.
Okay. To learn new spells and stuff. Yeah. Okay.
And
You get, I think he still gets 2 of them for 3 without having to pay the physical cost. But it was still negotiating training and stuff. Your thing.
And for Gemma, you would have to find another druidry practitioner. Now they are about
We should have asked the trees. Damn it.
Still might. Still in the forest. Well, the main thing that I get at second level is wild shape, and we've already talked about this.
Yeah. Yeah, we have.
Would my healing light thing increase? It's an ability I have already. It would just give me more dice to put in it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Cool.
Okie doke, so we're going to end the stream there. Thanks for watching, folks, and hopefully I'll be putting this on YouTube tomorrow. And for my players, I'll see you next week.
Okay.